My job was to keep rich people rich for a living. I came up with the idea in 2013, but we didn't make our money until 2017 as a business. No, I did not come from a lot of money. I came from a middle-class household.
Because 2 weeks after we came to the U.S., our home got raided by law enforcement and both my parents ended up in jail. Home security. I've had that now for 25 years, and I just started a solar company a year and a half ago, which just happens to be the 20th fastest growing company in Inc. 5000 magazine.
How did you become a billionaire?
Well, working hard, shaping eyebrows.
So you're in the beauty business?
Yes, I'm in a beauty business.
Right.
I own a company called...
Number 1.
Excuse me, ma'am. Question for you. How old were you when you became a millionaire?
33.
33?
Yeah, 33.
And
Yes.
how did you get rich?
I run a tech company.
You run a tech company?
Yes.
How
I
long
do.
have you been a business owner?
So I left Wall Street in 2013.
You were on Wall Street?
Yes, my job was to keep rich people rich for a living. I came up with the idea in 2013, but we didn't make our money until 2017 as a business.
So what was the most amount of money that you made in a single year?
Just shy of 10 million.
$10 million?
Yeah, just shy.
Yeah, I go all over the world interviewing the richest people to help the younger generation. Can I get a minute with you for our channel real quick?
Sure.
Have you ever met a billionaire?
Absolutely. I've been in the bank accounts of billionaires and the homes of billionaires. Absolutely.
So where do the wealthiest people put their money? I want you to think about the richest people that you've ever met. Where are they investing their money in today's world? It's not talked about a lot.
Okay, so here we go. 80% of their money typically is in marketable securities, so stocks, bonds, mutual funds, ETF, things like that. 10% of their wealth is in cash, and then the other 10% is in alternative investments. Those are the investments that you can't turn into cash quickly. So things like real estate, things like private investments that can give you the ability to grow your wealth tremendously over the next 5 to 10 years. But it's all invested. Wealthy people do not put their money in cash. It's always in something that has the potential to grow their wealth.
Do they keep their money in the savings account?
No, wealthy people put their money to work. I think we all have job descriptions. Even me running my business, they give their money a job description. You cannot save or work your way to wealth. You can only invest your way there.
Did you come from a lot of money?
No, I did not come from a lot of money. I came from a middle-class household, 2 parents. I was the first person in my family to go to college, first entrepreneur, first millionaire in my family.
You went to Howard?
I did.
I grew up right outside of D.C.
Yes, I did. The best HBCU in the world.
What was your turning point to financial freedom?
I think one of the biggest things I learned about the 1% on Wall Street, they believe they have power. They believe they deserve to be in a room. They believe they're supposed to be wealthy. Most people don't even believe they deserve a seat at the table.
Did you ever doubt yourself?
Absolutely. I was the only black female on my floor on Wall Street. Sometimes I felt like I wasn't good enough, but in that same moment, I knew that I could be a billionaire because I was in that room.
Are you going to be a billionaire?
Absolutely. $1 billion CEO right here. Absolutely. Yeah.
Your last message to the younger generation.
Wealth does not have a color. Therefore, it looks like you. It looks like me, and it starts in the mind. Just because you didn't grow up with wealth, just because you may not have a lot of money now, doesn't mean you can't effectively build wealth. But the key is ownership. You have to create your wealth by owning companies that you know you use and believe in, or create your own business.
You got amazing advice.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I have to ask you, I connect with all the millionaires that I interview. Could I get your contact?
Absolutely.
Number 2.
As I said earlier, man, Los Angeles, this is the number 6 city in the entire world with the most millionaires. We're here at our next multi-million-dollar house out in Calabasas. We're going to go up to it, see if we can get some game from the owner, figure out how they were able to put themselves in a house like this. Hello, sir. Quick question for you. My 2 friends and I, we started a channel in Austin, Texas that we grew to over 2 million followers. We go all over the country just asking people a few quick questions on their advice to the younger generation of kids starting out in the real world today. We thought you had a beautiful house. Wanted to know if we could ask you a few quick questions for the channel.
Man, I love Austin. Of course, man. I'd love to help you guys out.
That's amazing. Is it cool if we come in? Hey, he opened that up, so. You guys see the Lamborghini, he's got the Aston Martin out, got a whole bunch of cars. We gotta figure out what this guy did to be able to put himself here. How you doing, sir?
Hey, what's up?
Man, you got a beautiful house here.
Thank you.
Are you from Los Angeles originally?
Well, I was born in Colombia. I came here when I was 6 years old.
How did you end up in Los Angeles?
So my parents, they had this dream to come to the U.S. and unfortunately it became a nightmare because 2 weeks after we came to the U.S., our home got raided by law enforcement and both my parents ended up in jail.
How were you able to bounce back from that? Kind of like going through that at an early age, like what was the turning point that really allowed you to kind of build all of this?
Well, at 10 years old, when they really put my dad away for a long time, I made him a promise that I'd take care of the house. And I became the head of household at 15 years old. And I got a chance to start working early, and then I started hustling.
We got a super nice spot here. This is a multi-million-dollar home. Could we check out the spot a little bit inside?
Check it out. Up in the coop, seats made of leather, and the dreams of my youth. Vintage frames on my face, see the vision clearer. Manifest in peace, no hate up in the mirror.
What industry did you decide to pursue a career in?
Home security. I've had that now for 25 years, and I just started a solar company a year and a half ago, which just happens to be the 20th fastest growing company in Inc. 5000 magazine.
How old were you when you started your first business?
I was 21 years old.
21. And how old are you now?
I'm 46.
What's the most amount of money that your business has ever generated in a single year?
It'll be this year. We'll do 200 million.
Scaling is one of the hardest things to do as a business owner. A lot of people, they'll have that great idea, but they don't know how to scale and grow it. So how have you been able to scale to a 9-figure business?
It has to come back to influence, right? Because to bring in good people, they have to believe in you. You know, your dream's got to be so big that everybody's dream can fit inside of it. Because again, the good people, they have a lot of options, but you got to take the first step. Faith is really taking action before you have what you need. I remember as soon as I started the home security company, I bought the minivan before I actually had the people. Because we used to go in minivans and I used to fill all of them up and we used to go door to door. I didn't have a team yet, but I bought the minivan knowing that the people were coming. When you put money behind something, that's when you know you're committed. I call it a necessity level. A necessity level is this sudden willingness that untaps this tremendous amount of ability that you didn't know you had. That's why I've always been great at putting myself in pressure situations that increase my urgency level. I believe low stress is low performance. But when you put yourself in these uncomfortable situations, that's when that greatness that lies within comes out.
What's been your secret to sales? You know, you've sold hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue at your company throughout your career, but how have you really been able to land big deals with massive clients over all these years?
I've always gone out of my way to validate the business that I'm in to give me confidence. So like when I started selling home security, going door to door, I would look up articles of home invasions. I would look up fire accidents that were happening. And what that did is it filled me up with belief, with confidence. And that's important because the more certain person will always influence the less certain person. People don't have to believe what you're saying. They have to believe that you believe what you're saying because everything's a transfer of belief.
You've generated hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue throughout your career. What has been the best financial advice that you've ever received throughout your lifetime?
One of the great things that I did when I first started was I would split my check 3 ways and I would live on a third of it. One would go towards IRS and savings, and then the other one would go towards a reserve account that no one could touch. You could call me and ask me for money. To me, that reserve account did not exist. And that reserve account has always helped me through tough times because in life and pain are inseparable, and you're gonna have to go through some tough times. Because I like nice things, but being able to cut it 3 ways allowed me not to live outside my means. That said, I was huge on having nice things. It's what made me want to work hard. You know, I wanted to stand out. I wanted to be rare. You know, at 21 years old, I wanted to be the first 21-year-old in my city driving a Mercedes convertible. I didn't want to do it when I was 28 because by then everybody had a Mercedes, right? So just little ways that I would compete against myself. And if you don't come from a rich family can come from you. And I made the decision in my family that I was going to be the one person that changed my family tree forever.
Number 3.
Excuse me, ma'am. Yes. Quick question for you. My brother and I, we go all over the country. We're based in Austin, Texas. We grew a channel to over 2 million followers where we go all over the country just asking beautiful homeowners a few questions on their advice to the younger generation. Wanted to know if we could ask you just a few quick questions for the channel.
I'd love to. Come on in.
Is that cool?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Thank you. How long have you been an entrepreneur for?
22 years.
What industry did you pursue a career in?
Well, I was a former model, but when that was over, I went into renovating homes and then building homes.
So you've been an entrepreneur for a long time now. Over that period of time, what's the greatest lesson about entrepreneurship that you've learned that you pass on to someone who's about to start their first business in 2023?
Well, one of the things that I love to teach my son is take a risk. Take a risk. You know, I had nothing, and I just believe that if you believe in yourself and you believe in what you do, then the chances are you will be a success.
What would you say has been the most amount of money that you've ever generated in a single year?
Cover your ears. Well, my last property I made 3.5 million on my last property.
That's incredible.
Look at the face. Now he definitely wants to come into my business, don't you? Yes.
Wow.
But I'll make more on this one.
How are you able to scale from 6 to 7 figures and then just from beyond there?
Yes. So I was very lucky that I was able to reinvest my profit over and over and over. And what that did was that allowed me to get larger and larger and larger. And then the other thing that you can do is do a 1031 exchange. And what that does, it allows you to push out your taxes because you roll in your profit into your next build. So that just allows you to go bigger and bigger and bigger. Eventually, you're going to say, okay, I've got to stop now.
Yeah.
But yes, that's a very handy tool as well.
And my final question for you. You know, you've got a beautiful, one of the most beautiful houses I've been in. This is a multi-million-dollar house. What would you say is the best advice that you'd pass on to the younger generation?
Well, I'm a great believer in hard work pays off, and so he actually has my gene. He is me. He is my mini me. So hard work, stay focused. I tell him this every day, don't I? Know your goal, focus on the goal, and don't stop until you get there.
I love it. Phenomenal advice. Great interview. Thank you so much
you
for your
very
time. I
much.
really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Gio, thanks for joining us, man.
Number 4.
Guys, so we're at our next spot out here in Beverly Hills, and a Maybach just pulled up to the valet out here, so I'm going to go up and see what they did to get rich. Let's go see who it is, you guys. Come on. Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am.
Thank you.
Question for you.
Yes.
How old were you when you became a millionaire?
I'm not a millionaire.
No?
No, I'm a billionaire.
You're a billionaire?
Yes.
Are you actually?
Yes.
How did you become a billionaire?
Well, working hard, shaping eyebrows.
So you're in the beauty business?
Yes, I'm in a beauty business. I own a company called Anastasia Beverly Hills.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
How long have you been a business owner?
Wow, I started in 1997.
Are you self-made?
Yes, totally.
So you don't come from a lot of money?
No, I came here from a communist regime from Romania, and I didn't speak the language. I didn't have any money. I didn't know anyone, and I really believed in eyebrows.
I go all over the world interviewing billionaires to help the younger generation. Can I get a minute with you for the channel real quick?
Absolutely.
Did you take on a lot of investors?
No, I mean, when I sold in 2018, I owned 100% of the company.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
How much did you sell for?
The company was evaluated of $3 billion. Nobody believed in eyebrow business.
Did you have anybody that doubted you in business?
Oh, absolutely. The landlord that I wanted to rent the space, the bank didn't want to give me a credit card. Everybody, my own husband didn't believe that this will be a business.
Why didn't you listen to anybody else?
You know why? Because I really believed it. I really believed it. Eyebrow is such an important feature in our face, and I fixed my own eyebrow. This is how everything started. I had pencil-thin eyebrows. In the 80s, that was the fashion.
As a billionaire, what's the best financial advice you would give to the younger generation?
If you want to start your own business, watch the cash flow. EBITDA is everything. You know,
It's all about the profit.
It's all about the profits. Don't start spending money left and right. When I started, I was driving a beat-up car that I spent $200, okay? And it didn't matter if my daughter thought that I couldn't drive her to school because the kids will make fun of her, or my clients, they didn't make fun, but you know, the perception of people like, oh, I have to fit in with everybody else. I didn't care. I had a bigger goals, and it was important for me to save every penny to put into my business. And for many years, this is what I did. Every money I will generate, I will put back into the business.
You just kept reinvesting.
That's it. Yes. Yeah. I didn't buy cars. I worked nonstop, so I didn't have even time to spend the money I was making.
Now, when you started to generate cash flow and reinvest in the business, how did you scale?
You have to scale to produce more products, to widen the distribution. And of course, you start learning the business. Slowly, you make a lot of mistakes. I made many mistakes, but you learn from your mistakes. And the key is to never make the same mistake twice. Social media right now, because you asked me how I scale. My daughter that worked with me, and we used to travel to promote the products. In 2012, she came to me and said, Mom, maybe we'll get into this app called Instagram, and we don't need to travel that much. And I said, okay, let's try it. Let's see. Anybody else is like, I don't believe it. I don't want, like, absolutely anything. I will try anything. So we start posting pictures of our products, and it went viral. And this is how we start sending products to some makeup artists or women and men that love products and our makeup. And they used to do tutorial on YouTube or pictures for Instagram. And we're the first beauty brand having a presence on Instagram. And this is how we scale. It exploded the company.
So social media, it changed the game for you.
Changed completely the game. So you always have to be alert. Don't sit here and do the same business that you did 20 years ago.
You have to adapt. You got to pivot.
You have to adapt. You have to pivot. Business changes every day. Right now with AI, I'm looking into, I want to learn more. I want to implement AI as much as I can in finance, in product development, in distribution, everything.
You've already built $1 billion company. You've became a billionaire. Are you still motivated to keep on going?
Oh, I work like I can't pay my rent next month.
So you're working like the rents do?
Oh, yes.
Why?
Like, I love it. I love what I do. I don't even feel like I work. And that's the key, actually. I find that I'm more successful, that I have a purpose every day, me and my daughter. Money are great. Don't get me wrong. I love whatever I have, what I build. I work hard for it. But that's not everything in life, my family, my clients, my friends. Every day I wake up and I love challenge. I love to solve problems. I'm competitive. So I have a great life.
Does money buy happiness?
Depends how you define happiness.
It buys freedom.
Freedom. That's, yes. I think money buys freedom.
Not fulfillment, though.
No fulfillment. No, absolutely.
If me and you died tomorrow and you had one more guiding principle to leave with the younger generation, what would that be?
Oh my God. Don't be afraid to start, to do whatever your heart is telling you. Believe in yourself. That's very important. And you don't need to be like somebody else. I know it's a lot of bullying right now on social media at school for younger people. You don't need to be like somebody else. It's okay. I was skinny in school. I was a gymnast. I was the last one. I was never like everybody else in the class. But you know what? I used to go to the library. I used to read, to do my homework, and be passionate about whatever I was doing. And at the end of the day, you take all that and you could build whatever you want.
You have amazing advice.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for
I
your time.
appreciate you and wish you good luck. And everybody else that is watching, believe in yourself, because you could do whatever you want.
I have to ask you, I connect with all the billionaires I interview. Can I get your contact?
Sure.